And welcome to the third hour of American Agenda. I'm Bob Sellers.
And I'm Heather Childers. We're now joined by our family of co-hosts, lawyer and GOP strategist Ford O'Connell, host of Money Talk with Melanie and Project 21 member Melanie Collette, and host of KDWN Radio, Steve Sanchez. Welcome to everyone. Always great to have you with us. And we're going to well, did you hear about this? We'll begin with this topic. Some backlash against U.S. Olympic hammer thrower Gwen for turning her back on the flag during the national anthem. Now, Berry turned her back to the flag, covered her head with his T-shirt and that said activist athlete, even saying the timing of the anthem was a setup by the event organizers, claiming that organizers said they would not play it while she was on the podium. Well, the USA Track and Field spokeswoman, though, Susan Hazard, responded to her claims, saying this, that the national anthem was scheduled to play at 5:20 p.m. We didn't wait until the athletes were on the podium for the hammer throw awards. The national anthem is played every day according to a previously published schedule. So our panel for reaction, and Ford, I'll start with you. So what? Either way, if it was played while she was standing on the, podium, she's representing America.
Look, this was intentional, and I believe she's done similar acts in the past. And I'm going to say this when it comes to the Olympics. You're going to see other American athletes do this. This is only going to get worse, and they believe that essentially the national anthem doesn't matter because any beef I have is a reason to disrespect the flag and Americans. And what I will tell you is what's ironic here is we see no other athletes in any other countries in the world, including Iran, disrespecting their own flag and their own anthem. Why does that occur in this country? And the reason's very simple: critical race theory.
Yeah, and in fact, she issued this statement saying, "My purpose and mission is bigger than sports. I'm here to represent those who died due to systemic racism. That's the important part. That's why I'm going. That's why I'm here today." Really, Melanie? Is that why she's there?
Actually, no. She's there to represent the United States. And part of the reason why she's able to speak so freely is because she's from the United States. She's representing the United States. We have this beautiful thing called the First Amendment and the Constitution. And she's blessed to be from such a wonderful country as the United States and to represent us and in the Olympics. And she does something like this. She's completely missing the mark on this.
Steve,
and
your
instead,
thoughts on
she gets to this level of success and complains. It's really infuriating. It makes me so mad when you see a Black person get to some level of success and they get there and they complain about oppression.
Right. And I think it was
I honestly don't get it.
Yeah, and I think it was because she did miss the mark. She came in third. I think that she was a sore loser.
And it
on
became
top of everything
all
else.
about her.
Exactly.
It became all about her. We're sitting here talking about her. She made it all about her. So in a way, she succeeded. I hope to forget her name very quickly. Steve, your thoughts on this?
I agree with the other panelists. I mean, look, that flag represents really people that died for the freedom. Okay, let's be intellectually honest. That flag represents something that's very special, much bigger than any of us here sitting here today. And it's pretty simple. Get the hell out of America if you don't like it here. It's just real simple. Because I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I don't care if it's white, black, brown, purple with polka dots. Get out of the country if you don't like America and go try that crap somewhere else. I guarantee you it won't fly very quickly. I mean, believe me, go do that in Iran and see what you get.
Yeah.
Another thing, Heather, our country has made so many strides since, for instance, 1968, when John Carlos and Tommy Smith made their big, their podium protest.
Statements, yeah.
Our country was a lot different then. We've come a long way from them. So for people to not see the advancements we've made and how much better this country is, she acts like this is the worst place on the country. I got news for you. go look at some of the other ones.
Yeah, it's an honor to even be able to be competing, no matter
I wouldn't
your
want her
skin
representing
color.
us. If I had any say, I'd be embarrassed to have her there. I wouldn't even care if she'd come in first. I don't want that representing the country.
Yeah, a lot of reaction on social media amongst those. Dinesh D'Souza tweeting this. He said, we're going to see more of this. Unfortunately, Ford said the same thing. It's going to make patriotic Americans cheer for foreign competitors. What you're saying, Bob, and against the anti-American Americans. And then even Governor Scott Walker weighed in saying, what is wrong with people? Growing up, everyone stood for the American flag. Didn't matter your politics, race, sex, income, religion. Everyone stood for the flag. It was one of those civic rituals that brought us together. It still should today. And that actually reminds me, because remember in school when you would get up and you would do that at the beginning of each day? And I think that was perhaps the beginning of some of this, because that's no longer allowed anymore.
Yeah, it depends on where you are. It's one of the reasons I liked bringing my girls up in Tennessee, where we did say prayers, where it's just, there are communities in this country that still stand by those values. And it's certainly not getting up on a podium making all about you. By the way, I've been to Olympic events before, and they have the medals. They give out the medals at a certain time. It's because they have a lot of events. They got to get them through it. No, we're not going to wait till 5:45 till you can be here. It's going to play at 5:20. You got to be up on the podium. This is your opportunity. So for her to say you're not waiting for me, hey, this is the way it works.
Yeah. Ford, should she be allowed to compete?
Well, look, part of being an American is the right to be able to do that. I think that right is being abused. Yes, she should be allowed to compete because she came in third, but I do agree with Bob's sentiment that at the end of the day that, you know, you're going to start rooting for other folks. I think what's concerning here is if you listen to Jen Psaki today, the White House press secretary, she basically said, well, we can understand this because America's not living up to its ideals. And this is sort of the game the left plays. And unfortunately, this is what I was talking about with critical race theory. It's undermining American exceptionalism, and they'll tell you that America isn't great, and that is exactly why, if we don't respect the symbols in our American society, we're on a crash course to end as a country.
Yeah, I don't believe in cancel culture, but I think that if she doesn't believe in America and all that America stands for, and that she thinks patriotism is somehow wrong and a slight toward her, that she should choose herself not to compete for the United States of America.
All right, let's leave the panel there for the moment. Coming up, much of the West Coast being blasted with sweltering heat, producing record-setting temperatures. I was just looking at it, it's 108 in Portland. Seattle's over 100. We're going to talk about that. Is this global warming? Is it something else? When we come back.